It's a beautiful day, so I hop in the Jeep. I turn the radio up.
Okay, guys, what is up? I'm back here with Gabe for the second edition of Prikd Adolescents.
Second edition.
And we're now hosted on the one and only Kids Eat Free Radio. Shouts out to my boy Chris on the other end of Kids Eat Free Radio. We are out here doing big things, trying to host some music and do some different things with that. So that is very exciting and a lot to look forward to with this channel that you're seeing this video on. But yeah, so what's up, Gabe? What's been going on with you recently?
A good bit. I've been working on a... Wait, are we just gonna talk business automatically, or just...
Yeah, we'll just talk a little bit about what we've been up to lately, why we haven't podcasted in a while, and just kind of get into that and what our plans are for the near future, I guess you would say.
Well, I've actually been working on a whole, revamp, redo of Prikd, just to...
Get closer to the microphone, please.
Just so, it can attract more people, I think. I know people are having a big issue with the price, and I don't want that to be the limiting factor of people wanting to get my art on apparel. So I think I'm gonna make some changes to make it more accessible.
Okay, interesting.
But
yeah,
what about you?
That's cool. I agree. I think that's probably. I mean, if you, I can agree in the sense that I've definitely been reassessing some things myself artistically, recently, with just kind of the discovery, of the fact that, I'm not exactly musically fluent, and I start to realize that more and more as I continue to try and make new music. I start to realize more the areas that I'm lacking musically, and just trying to learn some new things, but at the same time trying to not rip off people while I'm learning new songs, trying to make sure that I'm not just changing the lyrics to something I've just learned that's someone else's and make it mine, even though that's a lot of what music is today. I'm trying to steer clear of that and put my own twist on a lot of things, and just reassess what I'm trying to make and the audience that I'm trying to hit and things like that. And so yeah, that's kind of a little bit of what I've been up to. But yeah, I guess that can be kind of an excuse or a reason for the fact that we haven't had another podcast since how long has it been? A month, 2 months maybe?
It's been definitely 2 months.
Yeah, it's
been 2 months.
Yeah, it's been at least 2 months since we've podcasted, and I want to get into kind of more of
And the first one was pretty good.
Yeah, it was all right, and we just didn't we didn't keep that momentum, we didn't keep it going, and we didn't I don't know. We definitely are gonna have to get our momentum going again, and
yeah,
I'm looking forward to that because we can have conversations on the daily, but if we just got to get that microphone out more.
And our convos are normally juicy.
Yeah.
I will say.
Yeah, regular convos. Yeah, that's just... It's not hard to have a conversation. It's just hard to,
do this.
Make the point.
Make this happen.
Get the crap out. And do a recording.
Clean the room.
Yeah. My room's very... I don't want to say dirty right now.
It's
but
not dirty. Well,
yeah, I just cleaned it up a little bit. But whenever I get into album mode, hint, hint, I just...
Leak?
Yeah, I Kids Eat Free Radio, leaking some
Wait, can I just say that Kids Eat Free is probably the most, I don't... When I heard that, I was like, of course it's called that.
Yeah. Shouts out Chris with the name.
I don't want to say, angst, but, definitely whatever phase we are in our generation.
Yeah,
that is a great name for that.
Yeah, it grips it really well.
Yeah, I don't know what words to use right now because I feel we're in a transition right now.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's very the name is very like grunge.
Okay, grunge.
Yeah, it's
it's
like
past angst, I would say.
Yeah, I think it's like
we're
punk.
past that. Everyone's already like
I wanna
edgy and
die.
angsty. Like
Yeah.
everyone is already like that. This is a step further into
Yeah.
that realm, that dimension.
Mm-hmm.
But
I don't know why, because it's like the idea of it is just very much like
kids eat free. Like
yeah, it's very much I don't know. It makes me think of like suburban moms whenever I think of the term "kids eat free," but at the same time,
no,
it's
I
like,
think like you.
yeah, exactly. At
Honestly,
the same time,
you and Chris.
yeah, which doesn't make a lot of sense because like the term itself, it literally means
It's just I don't know.
I think of like Moe's burritos for
Moe's
free.
Mondays.
Yeah, that's what I think of. But at the same time, that was like a weird voice crack burp thing. Ooh, baby.
See what? Wait, I see a sign in your.
Stank.
This is Edge. Skate
Yeah.
and destroy
Oh shoot.
in tribal font, but I think Kids Eat Free is the step further.
Yeah.
I think it is.
I think it's like a step back, but at the same time, it's like
It's no. You're
it's like
deeper.
more grunge.
Yeah, I like grunge.
Yeah.
That's...
Chris, you really did it, bud. I'm happy
Wait,
I was
did
here
it-
for that.
Wait, did he?
Yeah, he came up with that.
Came up with the term.
Yeah, he came up with like turning it into like a name,
Mm-hmm.
Which is like very cool because it's not something that anyone you think you want to like brand the term "kids eat free."
Uh-huh.
It's like kind of we can segue this conversation into like music right now, I guess, because like that's kind of what I wanted to talk about first.
Yeah.
Soccer Mommy is a big band that, not even a band, like she's an artist that I've been like really into lately. But like still the name, I think something about the fact that like the name is so like.
Is it ironic?
Yeah,
Or-
it's like, I don't know. I feel like there's like a whole wave right now of suburban terms and like upper middle class things are becoming terms that are used.
I feel like we're trying to take over.
Yeah. It's like suburban and like upper middle class terms are like now defining punk and like grunge.
Which is, I guess, yeah, that's definitely ironic. That is
Yeah.
irony.
Yeah.
Even though you live in a very suburban...
Area.
No, yes.
Yeah, so like Kids Eat Free, Soccer Mommy. The other day I came up on a band called Mom Jeans, and like they're so punk and I love them so much. And they did an Audio Tree live session and I watched them for the first time and I was like, this is absolutely beautiful, And so like I'm just sitting here with like the name Legit Smitty and I'm like, geez, I wish my name was like Monday Morning Workouts or something like that.
Yeah. Honestly, did you just come up with that?
Yeah.
Pilates on Tuesdays?
Yeah, exactly.
Pilates on Tuesdays.
What if my name was like let me think of something here. The Grind Never Stops.
Oh no.
What if that was my,
I don't know.
that's just something everyone keeps saying, it's just like so disgusting. Or like
Yeah,
what if
I don't
my name was like I don't know. Just like something really
Honestly, I like Pilates on Tuesdays.
Pilates on Tuesdays, Monday morning workout.
Yeah.
Ugh. Monday morning workout could be so metaphorical too, because like Mondays and like workouts are hard.
Oh,
Nobody
no.
wants to do hard things on Mondays.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, we're just gonna save that one. Put that one. If anybody wants Monday morning workouts, I have copyright on that now. You can't have that band name unless you contact me or Chris.
And I have Pilates on Tuesdays.
Yeah, those are full. Kids Eat Free has full rights to those names as well as Prikd Adolescents.
Things we say can't be used.
Correct.
It's ours.
Yeah, it's all ours. So yeah, Soccer Mommy, Mom Jeans. Those are two things I've been listening to recently. In the Audio Tree live sesh, Mom Jeans mentioned their influence from American football, which is like a really big math rock band that is just like so sick. If you haven't heard them, go check them out if you're into like rock, or if you're not, you'll probably still learn to enjoy it if you have half a brain. And who did they say? Oh yeah, Tiny Moving Parts. Oh my gosh, like they rock.
Are they all
literally?
punk?
Yeah, they're not punk. I think they're like a grunge math rock crossover type thing, but very good rock music. I think it's like definitely a huge resurgence of like, is that a word? Can I say resurgence?
Rebirth.
Rebirth. Okay, that works too. Sorry, I'm illiterate.
Maybe resurgence is a word.
I feel like
I
like
just
it
don't,
definitely is.
Don't
I'm
think
just-
you should say it.
Yeah, I don't think I'm. We're gonna pretend.
It sounds wrong when you say it.
Yeah, we're gonna pretend that didn't come out of my mouth. Okay, there's been a huge rebirth of grunge and punk rock recently, and someone mentioned that there was some big rock artist recently that said something about the fact that hip hop's gotten too big and that sooner or later it's just gonna kind of fall off, and they foresee rock coming back on top again. And I don't know if it's coming back on top, but I think it is making a very big.
It might come someday.
Yeah.
I don't think it's not gonna come recently.
But hipster wise, it's coming back with
Okay,
hip
yeah.
kids really big right now.
Kids who are beyond edge.
Yeah. I put myself there.
Wait, no, it's funny that you mention all these bands because for the past legitimate 2 weeks, I have listened to one album, and that's it. From one artist, I have listened to one set of just one album. And I just hit shuffle when I get in the car, and I just listen to them. It's
What is
this
it?
guy. He's not very popular. His name is Sufjan Stevens, spelled Sufjan.
We can put it on screen too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sufjan.
Or in the description. One or the other.
Sufjan
Sufjan
is probably not how you say
Bon
it.
Iver.
Yeah. It's the same realm as Bon Iver.
Yeah.
If you will.
Yeah. He played me
Sufjan.
some of it before we started this.
Yeah.
It's very vibe, oohs and ahs with a ton of reverb, that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm. It's
Yeah.
it's all vocals, all manipulations and vocals and acoustic. There's no percussion instrument beat.
Mhm.
It's just pure acoustic treble. It's so different from what we're so used to. Everything is so bass heavy. For
Yeah.
the first time in my car, I turned down the bass completely
Yeah.
and just upped the treble.
Yeah.
And I've been living.
I've caught myself doing that recently, and it's really weird because it's people are yeah, I got two 12-inch subs in the back of my car, and I'm yeah, I took my subs out. I have nothing but tweeters,
Wow.
just gross. Blech.
Yeah, it's just I've never been so obsessed with one style because everything in his album also sounds the same. It's just different emotions that he plays on.
Yeah.
But everything sounds the same. And he adds snippets of just instrumental and weird vocals within his music, and you can't dislike it, and you just have to listen to more of it. And it's so weird because all of his music merges together in my head, so it just sounds like I'm listening to something new all the time.
Mhm.
Because it just all connects, and it's
Wow.
Sufjan, Carrie and Lowell.
Interesting. I
Yeah,
like
it's
that. Sounds cool.
Very much a vibe. I've just been playing it when I read a book too. I've been reading a lot recently.
Read books.
Yes, I've been reading books
Wow.
and learning Italian actually. I don't want to pull the culture card or anything, but
Yeah, not to flex or anything.
I've been, I don't know, trying to work on my 4th or 5th language. you know.
Okay.
No, actually,
it's fine.
Italian's pretty cool if you want to learn. I'm
Yeah.
convinced. No, the reason I'm sorry, I'm just going off.
No, it's totally what this is for.
No. I mentioned Italian, and the reason I've been learning Italian is because I'm convinced I'm gonna go to vacation on Italy and meet the love of my life there, and I just want to be ready for that.
Dear Lord.
That's
some wishful thinking.
I'm so obsessed with their culture and my culture. I've been finally embracing the fact that I grew up in a tiny little European style town in the middle of Brazil.
Yeah, Gabe's from Brazil. If y'all didn't catch that.
And
I'm from South Carolina. It's wonderful here.
Equally as diverse, I would say.
Yeah. We're
No.
gonna skip that point there.
No, actually, I've just been in love with my own culture, I guess, just because I've been seeing how people live here, and it's Wow, I'm sorry. No,
Yeah.
that's not. Please cut that out.
I mean, like there is a piece. I mean, I'm not gonna cut that out because I mean, like that there is a piece of me that's just like, you know,
Wait. What's your morning routine? And we can like compare and contrast.
what does that have to do with anything?
Because that's like how you live your life. Like, do you have a
No, it's
set...
not. My morning routine does not define my
No.
lifestyle.
Like when you wake up, like your breakfast and everything, and like how you prepare yourself for
Oh,
like
heck
the
no.
day. How do you prepare yourself for the day? Like,
Let's
what
see,
do you?
a normal school day, like a
Just any
Tuesday?
day. Honestly, I live my best self on the weekends when I don't have to worry about school.
Okay.
So like, how do you get yourself like on like what time do you like wake up? Like, do you have
Like a Monday? No, all right. Let's say a Saturday. Like,
Okay.
if I had a Saturday to myself, what would I be doing?
Like yeah, Saturday for yourself, and literally all you're gonna do is just like do what you want to do, which is like produce music, create. Like how are you gonna like wake up that
Okay,
day?
I had a weekend like this. My parents went out of town like 4 weeks ago. My grandma was like staying with us, and she was just kind of letting us, do whatever we were wanting to do. And it was like weird because like we had to help her a little bit with some like chores and stuff
yeah.
like that around her house and our house. But otherwise, like routine, I usually get up. I usually I don't get up. Like there is recently I've been like super lazy, but I've been okay with it because I know that like I spend my like late night hours like really just putting in
Okay, so
work.
you're more of a like.
I'm totally like a night person.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and that's changed recently. Especially when I'm in artistic mode, like album creating mode, which I try to stay in. I think that I feel really lazy whenever I'm not working towards the next major project, Like I just came off of like a 3-month break period after I released Adolescents, which was my first like project. It was very experimental. Like if you haven't heard that, you can go listen to it. Just like very shameless plug there. It describes a lot of like all of that, I guess, like my personal life and just like routine.
Just like your culture.
Yeah, just like
how you live.
Yeah, just like how I live, the way that I think, how emotional I get about everything. And that was just, like a lot of long hours staying up really late and not getting up when I should have, and just like, I started driving myself to school this year, and so like I wasn't getting rides, and like a lot of tardies. Just like getting up, like class starts at 8:20, and I'm like walking into the classroom
Always
at like 8:19, like
8:25. Okay, yeah, there we go.
Yeah,
That's
depending on who it is. Like if it's a Thursday with like crew or something. If you don't know what crew is, that's going to be a very direct reference to River Bluff High School. Just like not an important class. Yeah, it's like homeroom. So like if you have like a chill homeroom teacher, like I've walked into that class 15 minutes late before because of staying up till like 2 o'clock recording a song.
I do not sleep that late.
And
not on weekdays.
Just terrible. But it feels like really productive. Because I'm getting in the classroom. And I finally sit down for a second, and like the last thing I can think about is like where I was at and recording that song last night. And I'm just like, that was worth it, you know. And like where there's other times where I'm just like, if I stay up and watch a movie and I don't get out of bed, I'm just like, God, you freaking turd, Jake. You're so lazy. Like, why did you do that to yourself? Because if I'm not gonna do something, I try to go to sleep at a decent time. I don't know, what was this conversation supposed to be?
It was, how do you prepare yourself
routine.
For life? Like
Yeah.
your routine daily when
Yeah.
when you're optimal, like living, like just
Yeah.
you're just.
Yeah. I think it's important to be in school for this period of your life. I can't say that
I'm so glad I'm on my last few. I'm so glad it's hitting me now that like, because I used to be big on school and I love school, and now it's hitting at a very like good moment because I'm about to graduate in like a few months, and I'm getting out.
I don't know. I just kept I was on college visits this past weekend.
Oh my god, that sounds so weird coming from you.
Yeah, I don't know. Like literally 2 days ago, I was in Tennessee looking at colleges for audio engineering, and I just I honestly just kept forgetting that I have a whole other year of high school left. And it was the most depressing thought, you know?
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, because I was just like, I don't know, like you're a senior, like Jesse's
Chris
a
is-
senior,
Chris
like
is a senior.
yeah, Chris is a senior. Like the large majority of my influential friends are a year older than me, and like they're all putting in their college applications, and like they're gonna be out.
No,
of
that's
here next
done.
year.
I'm like done with everything.
Yeah,
I'm
and
so
like
excited.
they're literally like picking, like putting their top 3 up and stuff like that, like trying to decide where they're going. I'm just like, yeah, dog, I'll be a senior next year, you know, like making money, like still going to work after school, getting out at 3:30, you know, doing big stuff out here.
Oh, speaking of work.
Taking another center class even after I graduated the technology center, just because I have nothing left to do, because I started everything early, because I knew what I wanted to do freshman year. Not to like, I don't know. I've just been like ready to, like there's so much of me that just wants to like keep being a teenager and living in this house and making crappy, like weird synth rock music that's really trash, and there's another part of me that's just like really ready to be in Nashville and drawing inspiration from like people that are being anywhere.
I think that part
like
of
being
you is
anywhere.
gonna grow.
Yeah.
And you're gonna want to do that more.
Yeah, like just being anywhere where I can draw like bigger influence, because I am getting to a point where I feel like nobody wants to move as fast as I want to, like musically, and everybody just kind of wants to like assess things and like wait it out and be like, let me think about this for a while and then I'll do it another time. Or I'm just kind of like, let me do this, mess it up, and then try again. You know, like that's just kind of my mentality. And nobody really gets that.
That's really good, because that is a part of the phase of you getting into something like this, something artistic. You have that that initial momentum that literally will push you through anything.
Mm-hmm.
So you're doing that. I've actually hit a few walls with Prikd and stuff, and like creating my stuff, but it's never been too bad to the point where I just want to like quit.
Mm-hmm.
But like it's definitely wavering more than it used to, because it used to be all highs.
Yeah.
And then now it's kind of like I've hit my first like down wave kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it was which is something you can't do when you're like making orders and you have to like make new designs.
Oh,
and
yeah.
People have already paid you to make something, and you can't just be like,
Oof.
nah.
Yeah, that's something big that I've like talking like, I don't want to talk about money, but I did like, I don't know. Y'all will probably say
We should talk about money for an episode.
Yeah, we
I
can
feel like
we can
that
save
interests
that.
a lot
We
of
can
people.
save like investments and like crap like
Money.
that.
I have to deal with that so much.
Bull crap. But basically I just like got into an issue recently where I like stopped orders for these sweatshirts like 4 weeks ago, and like took the money, like, you know, got the money out of the account that people would pay me. I got about like 6 or 7 online orders.
That's
I
neat.
think it ended up being like 8 online orders and some other like in-person orders from just like friends of mine who like always support me and stuff, like just give me cash for stuff and be like, you know, just like give me whatever it is. Like sometimes they'll give me extra and stuff like that just because they support me. And because I try to keep everything super budget. Like I sold these sweatshirts for like $15 if you were buying them in person and like you were a friend of mine, and they were like $20 online. And so I got like just enough money to order them and get them back. And like we had this issue where basically I went to go pick them up and I ordered them in like a, I think I've told you this, but like I ordered them in like a light gray and they came in a dark gray. Like the dude,
Gotcha. Yeah.
the dude like screwed it up and like just printed all of these sweatshirts on the wrong color gray. And like just being young and ignorant and not really knowing that like they couldn't do anything with those sweatshirts, and like not thinking about the fact that like it was their fault, they were like, all right, well, we'll still sell you these for like 3/4 the price. We'll just like cut the printing fee and like just sell you like the base price for the sweatshirts. And I was like, oh, that sounds good. Yeah. They were like, it was supposed to be $275, but we'll give them to you for $200. And I was
You
like,
should have definitely negotiated that.
yeah. And I was like, okay, that's fine. And I was just like, didn't know what to do. Bought them. Like,
Now you have a bunch?
so I gave them away. Like I was just like, you know, like for like to friends and stuff like that. Because I don't know, like there are a lot of people that, you know, because for me it's just more of like merchandise, getting my name out there, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
For you that's art. So I can give stuff away and just be like, this feels good. You know, like it feels good to give stuff away, 2, I'm getting my name out there. 3, people are like, oh my gosh, that's so cool, he gave me this, you know? I didn't even pay for it. And it's like cool, but it's also like I lost like $100, you know?
Yeah.
Because I bought $100 worth of sweatshirts that I initially didn't need, whereas I was gonna come out profiting about $75, or like profiting like a small fraction of money depending on like after shipping them to certain places and stuff like that. Because I like have fans and stuff that are like in other states now. Luckily, that's like so awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But like shipping costs a lot of money. And so like now looking at it, I had to order that second order of sweatshirts. Like I had to order another order of sweatshirts that was like the original color that I was supposed to get, like the original light gray, that I'm still gonna have to pay for now. And I charged like close to dirt cheap for like the initial order, and now I'm not gonna be profiting anything, and I have to buy extra sweatshirts to like actually provide for the people that like paid for a specific color. And like I have no idea what I'm doing, man. Like I literally need a manager, and I don't like I probably sold like 15 sweatshirts, but I can't even handle that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like hard for me because it's not really what I care about. What I care about is making the music and making the videos and like expressing myself personally.
Yeah, because you have a whole different side. Because like you saying you can't handle 15 orders, that's like child's play. I have like over
that's
300
like,
shirts
exactly,
I need to make
exactly.
like this month.
Yeah.
And
that's like
but
your
that's
game.
that's
you know?
that's what also what it is. But
Yeah.
I do manage a lot of. I think that I'm way bigger on like Instagram. I think like it's more managed. I think it takes. I put in a lot of work to like have a clean Instagram that like works well.
Whereas I'm just like spamming selfies.
Plugging Prikd.
Yeah.
Prikd.
Yeah.
Thing. No, yeah, but that's also your vibe. So it's like, it's not like. I guess some more video again. Part 2. No, that's also like what you're going for. No, let's not do a part 2 of that.
Okay.
That's also part of your personality, and that you're branding yourself, so you need to do that. You can't just. But yeah, I have that to deal with, and then new designs, and then dealing with a bunch of people. I don't know. Do you deal with people a lot?
I don't really deal with people. I just like hear what they're saying about from other people.
No.
You know?
Like, does helping, like, when you're growing, like, I guess the equivalent to your band, because I'm relating. I also have like a group of people.
They're like helping you get stuff out.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I
have
got
like
that. I got
models and like photographers who are
Yeah.
interested in like helping me grow, and like I try to help them as well with whatever they want to grow. Like if they want to grow on Instagram, I'll help them with that.
Linking and building.
Yeah. Like we all kind of work together, but they're all really like dedicated to helping my business grow, which is awesome. Shout out to you girls. And I think there's one dude now, so that's neat.
That's spicy. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like connections.
So like, so like what kind of so like how do you deal with that? Do they really help with your growth, or are they more like side aspects? Because like I honestly can't do it with just me with my company. Like I can't.
Yeah.
Like I need them to like showcase my products to help me grow.
Yeah.
Like how much dependency do you have on other people, and like do they?
Ooh.
Yeah.
So like okay, that's a really good question for like recently for me, because I went through a phase where, you know, we did the first show. I linked up with these guys, and I was like, these guys are gonna like push me so hard. Like we're gonna like, we got this group chat together. Like we're gonna send demos in here all the time and like really make stuff together. And like I didn't really know how it was gonna look to be making stuff together. And
this is really raw. Like you're just gonna talk about that.
Oh yeah, like I'm gonna talk about it, and like I would tell them the same thing. And like I have had that conversation with some of them individually so far. So if they're watching this, they can just kind of like take it for what it is, I guess. Because I feel like they definitely agree and they're okay with me saying this. But like basically, I've come to a point now where it's like I respect them. You know, like they're obviously better musicians than me in some facets. But
No, I think
you know,
you each have like your individual strength.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
feel
don't
like
say that.
I'm definitely like, I don't know. I'm very much a sporadic, like, I don't even know how to say it. I just want to make it everything right now as a young boy, and like.
Wait, flip the little camera thing so we can see ourselves.
So back to what I was saying.
So I think with that, I'm gonna give you like advice right now.
Okay.
The
Wait, can I finish what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, sorry.
Because like I wanted to say one last thing before like you just kind of like give advice, because I've said this to a couple people and they haven't exactly had advice. So like I'm very interested in what you have to say.
Mm-hmm.
But like they do have comments and like suggestions and just like, I don't know, commentary. But basically what I've like really just been battling recently, even with sending Chris stuff, because Chris is like the closest thing to a manager that I've ever had when it comes to like audio stuff, because Chris really helped shape my taste in music like a couple years ago whenever I met him as like a freshman, and like we got really tight sophomore year, and like he really shaped my music taste. And so I've always kind of seen him as the most parallel person taste wise to me. So whenever I send him stuff and he responds a certain way,
He understands.
yeah, and he responds a certain way, I take it to heart, you know. And whenever he's like, "Oh, like that's really good," I'm like, "Perfect," because I thought it was really good too. And like I'm usually when I send him something, I can kind of tell whenever he's gonna freak out in response to it. Like when
Because
I text him an audio file,
like,
yeah,
you
because
like it.
I freak out too. But it has been weird lately because my music taste has been changing drastically, and he hasn't been around to like experience that with me, and I haven't been able to like influence his taste in music the same way I did whenever we were like living in the same state and stuff. And like that's kind of been like a
Living in the same state helps.
Yeah, it does. And living down the road from each other helps too. And he's in Florida now, and now I'm going to cry and tell you about how much I miss my boyfriend. By the way, he's not my boyfriend, but
Disclaimer.
yeah, he is my boyfriend, but he's not. Yeah, we both have significant others that are not men. By the way.
At least virtual.
Yeah, in some way, shape, or form. Cough, cough.
No shade. No shade, Chris.
No shade.
No
bud.
shade.
Love you tons.
Love you.
But basically, to get the point across, it is hard because
Oh, I feel like I'm not close enough with Chris to make that joke. I feel
I
like
don't
I'm
know.
close to him because I'm close to you, but that doesn't,
But I mean, it does. I mean, you kind of like you hear me talk about him.
I
and
feel
stuff
like you
that.
should not put that in the video because I don't.
I don't
want
know. It's whatever. Don't worry about it. We're not going to be judged. We're trying to keep this raw.
Okay,
you
yeah.
know. But like basically, it's hard to send him stuff sometimes, and it's hard. It's not hard to send him stuff. It's hard when sometimes I send him stuff and it's like he doesn't freak out the way that he used to. No, you know, because like it's really weird because I'll work on something really hard and I'll be like, oh my gosh, like this one song is better than my entire last album. And when I sent him basically everything that was like a demo from Adolescents 1, he was like really excited, freaking out about it. And I think it was also kind of that wow factor of like, okay, this is what you're capable of. And like I didn't know this is what you were capable of. And like now he's like being a little more selective about what he freaks out about, because I think he can see like more of my potential and what I could be achieving. And when he hears stuff that sounds a lot more like what he's already heard in the past, he doesn't freak out about it as much.
Okay, so with that, I know I had the advice. So you're dealing with people not being able to capture the essence that you want because people are criticizing your music in ways that you meant for that to be, right? Like
Yeah.
if they said, "Oh, this sounds like this," and you're like, "Okay, well, that's what I wanted it to sound."
It sounds like offbeat.
Yeah.
You know? Like
Yeah,
there's a song that I recorded recently where like I mess up the guitar part, but like I adjusted my vocal to it so that it sounds like emotional, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like where I can't get the strumming right because I'm like upset about something.
Okay, yeah. So
Like that's something that I like, but like somebody else might be like, okay, you need to re-record that. And I'm like, but
So-
it was the point. You
So
know?
yeah, so I've had that issue a lot with with like visual arts.
Yeah.
That is the biggest thing. That is the biggest struggle in like visual art, is not being able to like get exactly what's in your head and portray it and portray that to whoever sees that.
Mm-hmm.
So the advice that my art teacher gives me all the time is, if people are criticizing something that you meant for it to be, that means it's not obvious enough.
Yeah.
And what you need to make it, you need
have
to find a
spoon feed.
way.
Yeah, you have to spoon feed. I've
Exactly.
been told that before too. You know, there's certain things that you want to leave metaphorical, and then there's certain things that you need to spoon feed to the audience because, like, it's going to be too complex
Not
for them to
necessarily.
understand.
Yeah, not necessarily like spoon feed, because I feel like that's like
With certain
condescending.
things,
But
definitely like visual, like video stuff. Like, I don't know, that's very specific to some stuff that I've had to make for school. Like visual wise, like making like PowerPoint type video stuff that's supposed to be informational. You have to spoon feed content. But like with the stuff that I'm making, like I've learned that you have to spoon feed, but I also have learned that like you have to draw the line between, you know, what needs to be spoon fed and what needs to be left up
mm-hmm.
to discern, you know.
So what I can say to that is, embrace the essence that you want to get portrayed.
Yeah.
Maybe not spoon feed it, but really just show them, like make it obvious, more obvious for them to really capture that in your music. Like if something's a kind of offbeat, like really dramatize it in your music, just to be like, yeah, I know this is
offbeat, and
yeah,
I
like,
did it on purpose.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. And
Yeah.
like it's subtle things that you can make. With art, it's a lot of like playing with color to really get the mood across that you want. Like if there's something, if I make a piece and I want it to seem like a memory or reflective, then you play a lot with blue and green lighting.
Yeah.
And that'll just help the point get across to an emotional level, and that you can do it in your music to make it seem like what they hear is more.
Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah, I don't know, that's something that has been a struggle, but also like something that has been a real confidence builder, because, you know, I do know
I think I just ruined this.
what good sounds like, you know? Yeah, you probably did. Not like it's a Supreme sticker or anything, you just peeled off my table.
Is it?
Yeah, it is.
I'm sorry.
It's okay though. It's
No,
just a sticker.
I'm actually very sorry.
It's okay. I'm just gonna ask for that one back that I gave you that you haven't peeled yet.
Yeah, I haven't peeled. It's right here.
Okay.
Can you zoom?
Just kidding. Don't put that bad word on my freaking podcast. Gosh darn it, Joe Nathan. I'm gonna freaking heck you up. Stop reading your text messages.
In the DIY. What? Sorry. I'm.
Get off your phone.
No, wait.
turd.
This is funny. Has to do with the thing.
Oh.
Someone just asked me if I'm interested in getting an ad in the DYW program for Prikd. DYW.
Heck yeah, shouts out DYW.
Yes.
If you know what that means, you probably don't.
At least one person out there that will watch.
At least one. You know who you are. But
If
I
that
don't
person
know.
even makes it this far.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, I don't know. I think this has been like a good conversation. I like the fact that we've been rambling.
Yeah, no, wait. We didn't even talk about the routine. I didn't even get to talk about my
Yeah,
routine.
you didn't even talk about your routine.
Wait. So you didn't even finish your routine. You just talked about how, like, you were lazy. Like, but
Which,
like,
I mean, I think it counts. I
What?
think, you know,
Okay,
I
no,
think
no,
it
no.
helps embody
Here.
my routine.
let's
you know?
not get off track. What is your daily, like, routine?
A Saturday. Okay, so like I wake up at like probably like a rough 8 o'clock ish if I've slept to my heart's content, and then I probably like grab my phone, I put on some sort of chill music, you know, wait for the sun to get in my eyes from that corner of the room right there where it usually comes.
See, that's
in
all very
to the
important.
bed.
Like, I'm glad you're being this detailed, because I want you to be this detailed.
Oh yeah. So yeah, that sun usually gets annoying, and I usually put a
So,
pillow
like,
over
do you
my head.
actually leave the blinds open?
No, the blinds are shut.
Okay.
Because usually at night I have like the mood lighting on in here
Okay.
right before I go to sleep. I usually just have my LEDs on like right before I go to sleep, because it just makes the whole room like blue, and I play like some chill
Which doesn't
tunes.
help you sleep, actually.
No,
just
it
so
like
you know.
literally keeps me
Blue
awake.
light keeps you awake.
Yeah, I need to start doing red. That probably help a little bit. Brett does that.
Red, yellows.
Shouts out Bread. Oh
Um,
yeah, baby. Brad's gonna freaking tour with me one day and manage. Gosh, I'm so excited for the future.
Because a lot of blue light is what we see in the daytime, and that naturally in your body makes you want to
Wakes
stay
you
up
up.
because it's like, oh, it's daytime, but no.
Okay, Mr. Colored God.
Say.
No.
That's
I
all I
get
know. That's all I
Yeah.
know about
Yeah, that's cool.
you.
I probably should stop turning those blue lights on.
No. I'm just. No, it's like a vibe, you know.
Yeah, it's definitely a vibe. It helps me think.
No,
I'm
but
all
so-
outside, like mixing a song. and
Okay,
stuff.
so you wake up with that corner. Literally, we haven't gone anywhere yet. Like.
Okay, that
this-
corner, yeah, that corner shines in my eye. I usually put a pillow
Okay.
over my head, fall back to sleep until like roughly 9:15. It's like a Saturday.
Okay.
Wake up, probably like go downstairs, get some coffee. At some point, I'll shower in between that period.
Do you just have coffee?
Yeah, it's usually like black coffee or like coffee with half and half.
Is
No- not a lot
anyone
of sugar.
waiting for you downstairs to eat like a breakfast
No.
meal? No.
No, usually everyone in my house wakes up at like
Different times.
7:30 ish.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my sister recently, she's in middle school. She's in 8th grade. She, usually sleeps until like 11 o'clock, which is what I probably did in 8th grade, which is like very fitting. Like I respect that. I respect that sleep grind
Okay, yeah.
at her age. Really
Good
going
for
through
her.
things. Good for her.
Okay, so you had the coffee.
Yeah, so I get my coffee. I might, read something for a little bit, do a little devotional. If I'm feeling it, I try to do that because I feel like that's important. And then I try to make my way back up here, kind of get a vibe going. If it's a nice day, I will go on like the porch for a little while, like go outside, just like kind of sniff the air, especially if it's just after a rainy day. It really gets my creative juices flowing. I usually come up here, depending on the day. If it's like a really nasty day, I might keep the blinds closed and turn the mood lights on. But if it's a pretty decent day, I usually like leave the lights off or turn them on, like turn a couple of them on maybe. I have like lights strung across my entire room. You probably can't see that right now. But
It's a
yeah,
lot.
that's kind of the whole gist of it. The camera's about to die, so we should probably start wrapping this up.
Oh, shoot, I see it.
But yeah, I try to get a mood going, and then I try to just start cooking beats or like finishing up a song that I've been working on. Something artistic, I try to usually make a list for the day that usually doesn't get hit, but maybe a couple things on it'll get hit if I make a list of like 6 things. So yeah, that's just kind of what I do. That's the deal, baby.
That's neat.
Yeah.
We can start the next video as my like routine, I guess, since the camera's
Okay.
dying.
Okay. But yeah, we'll pick up from there. This has been the Prikd Adolescents podcast. The Prikd Adolescents podcast, hosted by Kids Eat Free Radio. Make sure you give us a subscribe or a follow, depending on where you're listening or watching from. This will be available on SoundCloud and YouTube, depending on where you're watching it now. You can go view it somewhere else next time if you want to.
Yeah.
And make sure you follow me on Instagram at legit.smitty. And Gabe.
Everything's gonna be at the bottom, right?
Yeah, everything will be at the bottom.
Yeah.
But Gabe,
Prikd Co.
Prikd Co, baby. That's what's up. Yeah, check us out. And thanks for listening. This has been a really much better second podcast. Anything to say, Gabe, before we wrap up and the camera dies?
I'm glad we didn't make any phone calls.
Heck yeah, that was really weird last time. Shouts out to the phone call from the phone call to Chris from last time.
But yeah.
But yeah,
Sweet.
thanks for listening.
Oh wait, the unedited version completely, there's not going to be any sort of cuts, is in the SoundCloud, right?
Yes, so that will be the full raw
Yes.
file. Just a
That'll be
straight upload
everything, like just
to SoundCloud. So yeah, if you want an edit with some good looking faces, you can go watch this on YouTube, or you might already be watching on YouTube.
exactly. Yes.
So yeah, thanks for watching / listening.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next time,
See you
baby.
again.
Peace out. That was
Sweet.
sick. Yeah, cool.
That was good.
Woo!
Ooh, should I go say like yes?
Your baby.
She's like, hey, babe. It was Alison Dora. She did Gabe with the B emoji.
Babe.
Is this some sort of like fundraiser? Oh, this is perfect because I got a blast.